Hey guys, Jeff here. Super glad to have you on this short video around the three doshas of Ayurveda. So you might have found this video and it says the three body types in Ayurveda, and what that really means, more accurately, is we're talking about the three doshas. Dosha is a Sanskrit term, and what Sanskrit is it's an ancient language, and the word dosha means humor or characteristic. So we're looking at the three characteristics of body types. One of the really intelligent things about Ayurveda is that it assesses our experience of the world in terms of qualities. Now, I will go in depth about the qualities, our nature, our element, and the doshas in the level 1 Ayurveda training course with Happy Jack Yoga. In this short video, though, I'm going to introduce you to a dosha quiz that you can take and learn more about your individual constitution. Like, that is your nature. And so each one, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, we all have all three, and they're based on the elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The five great elements of Ayurveda are what comprises the three doshas. And so we all have small amounts or large amounts of each dosha in our body, expressing physiologically or mentally, or a combination of the two. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the dosha quiz, and I'm going to explain it from there. All right, so what we have here is a short dosha quiz for the Chopra Center. I'll make sure you have access to this quiz. And basically, it gathers information about our basic nature. Now, what does that mean? It means our patterns, our predispositions, how our body is, and different qualities. That word quality is very important to Ayurveda because that is how we learn about our nature, and that is how we live in balance. We want to balance the qualities. So we have Vata here, Pitta, and Kapha. Now there's two elements to Vata. It's air and ether. Air being like wind, and wind can be, we can extrapolate so much meaning from what air is, but the quality, air, think about the qualities of the element, and ether, ether being empty space. Pitta is fire and water. So Pitta is predominantly fire element and water element, and Kapha is predominantly earth element and also water element. So think about this. In terms of body, Ayurvedic body type, we have three characterizations, and we'll look at frame. So for Vata, it's air and ether. Air and ether are very light elements. So Vata is thin, lanky, slender, or prominent joints and thin muscles. So think about the air and ether element when you think about Vata. Pitta, I have a medium symmetrical build with good muscle and development. Pitta is often the middle of the two between Vata and Kapha. Kapha being earth and water, is large, round, stocky build. My frame is broad, stout, and thick. These are all qualities. You're reading qualities. Ayurveda uses qualities. Okay, so Vata, weight, a Vata body type. Low, I may forget to eat or have a tendency to lose weight. Sometimes Vata people can eat a lot. There are those people that can eat a lot and never really gain weight or muscle mass. Pitta, moderate, easy to gain weight or lose weight. And Kapha, they are easy to gain weight and slower metabolism. Eyes, Vata eyes. Vata eyes are small and very active. Now, this is a great one to think about the qualities of air and how air moves, and air moves freely. So Vata would be like shifty eyes, eyes that are taking in the entire environment and looking you up and down, and eyes that stay constantly moving from one place to the next. Pitta is the person that's very serious. They look you right in the eye and their gaze never wavers. That is a Pitta eye. And Kapha is large, pleasant eyes. So these are examples of Ayurvedic body types based on the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. The doshas are based on the elements. Vata is air and ether, Pitta is fire and water, and Kapha is earth and water. And how we get to understanding them is by understanding the qualities. It's very important to connect the quality to the dosha, and you can start to see how these are expressing in yourself and the people around you. So, what this helps us do is it helps us to understand what could be out of balance. And when we understand what's out of balance, and we also understand the qualities that can bring it back into balance, we can live with a great amount of wisdom and self responsibility for our own health. This is what sets Ayurveda apart because it gives us the power to take care of our own health and the wisdom to do so. So I haven't been to a Western doctor in years, and I use Ayurveda to understand my body and to live in balance. And it has been very useful for me and very profound in my life. There's more to this quiz. I'll make sure you get it. But basically, it is different characteristics, qualities, and going through each one, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and the different qualities based on the elements of each one of them. And you would add these up and you would get a score that would give you an idea of your constitution. There's instructions on this particular quiz. I'll make sure you get a quiz and read the instructions on it. Now, one thing that's important is to think about what has been your long-term experience of life. So if it asks you what kind of hair you have, and you usually have long, thick, wavy hair, but then you got a haircut, and all of a sudden the answer to your question immediately is, I have short hair, thin hair. You want to think about what your hair is like naturally, and the same thing with everything. And it comes to mental qualities, you want to think about long-term, how have you been? Because in Ayurveda, there's what's in balance and what is out of balance. So you want to find your nature by looking over the span of your life and answering these questions from the global perspective, the big picture of your life, rather than what is happening right now. Because if what's happening right now is different than what the big picture usually is, then you know what could be out of balance. You have an idea and where to start. So that is the three doshas, the three body types in Ayurveda. It's very helpful and very practical. Again, I go in depth on this stuff in our yoga teacher training with Ayurveda and how to use these tools to live with wisdom. It's really good stuff. So I hope you learned about this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. What I want you to do is I want you to find the quiz that I'm adding to this, answer it, and get back to me with your dosha constitution. One more important thing, we are all different. We all have a different constitution. So you might be a lot of Vata, you might also have some Pitta, and you might also have some Kapha. You might be very Pitta and very little of the other two. It's up to you to discover what yours is, and it will make so much sense. It's a lot of fun, guys. Enjoy.
Namaste, my friend. Happy Jack here. I trust you enjoyed this video. Have you ever considered getting certified as a yoga teacher? I've created a free training video that explains the 5 most important factors when you're choosing a yoga school to study with. Now, if you're already a yoga teacher or you're curious about becoming one, you're gonna love this. To get access to the free training, just click the link in the description below. Namaste.